She wants you to take the actions quicker so you can get results faster.
It's the moment you've been waiting for. It's a conversation that must be had today and not tomorrow. Welcome to another episode of I'm Listening, I'm Ready with your host, Andrew E. Guy. Let's talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Andrew Guy with the ILIR-Podcast. I'm listening, I'm ready. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the ILIR-Podcast. Remember, it is a podcast that is dedicated for those who are on the go. Whether you're traveling by land, air, or sea, this is me, Andrew E. Guy in the MORNING. I'm too excited right now. I know it, and you know it. My next guest is helping you to get solutions, not making resolution. She wants to help you find solutions. That's right. Now, who is this young lady? She is called Quick. That's right. Think of it. Results. Get the results fast. I've been telling you guys this. And now she is here to help you get those results fast. Miss Karyn Quick. She is an MBA. She's a global tech leader, a best-selling author, speaker, and founder of Content to Cash. That's exactly right. She helps you to take your content and turn it into cash. Wow, that's great news for 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage and to the ILIR-Podcast show, Miss Karyn Quick. Karyn, please say hi to the people.
Hello. And I appreciate the opportunity, Andrew, to be here with you and your awesome audience on the I'm Listening, I'm Ready podcast, ready to share as much information to help people be successful as I can.
All right. You're looking real sharp.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Looking real sharp. Now, Karyn, I know that, your time is busy. You got quite a bit going on. I know you're working on the next upcoming bestseller, so to speak. You got a couple of webinars in the works. There is a lot going on. So I'm telling you, we are cherishing this opportunity to sit and speak to you. I know that we're going to try to make it quick, hence no pun intended for your last name, but we want to make sure, we want to try to get some information to get our people ready for the 2021. Yes, the month is almost finished, so we only got 11 more those months left to go.
That's
and so we want to seize all of that opportunity. Now, right off the top, so being a best-selling author, I mean, what does that feel like? Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, it feels awesome because it just lets me know that, my message is getting out to the masses so that it can help others to learn from some of my mistakes, also learn from some of my successes so that they can move forward quicker, faster, and whatever they're trying to accomplish.
I love it. Now, when we talk about mistakes, that's one of the things that, as entrepreneurs, as speakers, as coach, we're both in the same boat. And I think that what makes us more credible, and a lot of people use the word incredible, but I tell them I'm more credible than I am incredible, because if it's in front of a word, it means not, right? So, incredible, that means you're not credible. And people haven't wrapped their head around this. But Karyn, I am so glad that you're here. And I want to just kind of tell the people a little bit about you. So, and normally what we do at ILIR-Podcast, we kind of drip a little bit with the bio. A lot of people focus on the bio, but the bio is not in the words. It's in the conversation and the information that we're basically dispersing to the audience. So I'm going to tell them a little bit about you. Why? Because I want them to see the caliber of individual that you are. And then when you're a coaching individual, what you're bringing to their life and how you're helping them to get results faster and quicker. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a little bit of what is happening here, and we'll give you more as we go on in the conversation. Karyn is a two-time best-selling author, global tech leader with over 25 plus years of information technology. She is passionate about helping women speakers and coaches increase their impact, influence, and income through content regeneration and monetization. She helps her clients to take quick steps to the cash. All right. So, Karyn, how do you do that? How do you help your clients to, get those quick steps to the cash? I absolutely love that. I think the cash should have been a K.
Well, first of all, I start with the clients that already have content. Yes. And believe it or not, a lot of us already have content. We just are not aware of what the content may be. And so I help them to do an audit of what they currently have first. And then we have a baseline from where we start. So we're not starting from scratch in a lot of cases, right?
Oh, I see.
And so we're able to take that information, and then I teach them how to repurpose it in different modalities so that we don't always have to be in that mode of constant creating. We can be in the mode of leveraging, right? And you're able to move forward quicker, faster when you can leverage versus always creating, right? And so that's how I'm able to get them moving forward quicker, faster into the cash. And so depends on their business goals, their framework, and who they're trying to impact. We may target putting out their first information product that could be an ebook, a free ebook, just to get people in their ecosystem. And then from there, we may take them up to a course, or we may take them up to a master class, or we may take them up to a summit, or we may take them up to a mastermind. Just depends on what the goal of the client is.
Awesome.
But either way, in my 6-step framework, I teach them how to get the content that they already have, how to repurpose what they have, how to show up, online to share the information so that they're omnipresent on several platforms, right? And there's different strategies, even for those introverts, my introverts that don't like to show up, then I share with them how they don't have to show up and show their face, but the content can show up, right?
Oh, I see.
And so going through those strategies, and then also taking them through the marketing portion of it to help them to actually monetize and be able to measure what they're actually putting out, right? Because you should always inspect what you expect. So therefore, if you're going in the right direction or not.
Now, you talk about master class versus mastermind. Is there a difference? And how does one go about either getting a mastermind going, and how do you get your people to the mastermind?
Yeah, so master class is different than the mastermind in that when it's a master class, it's more like a group coaching situation to where you are giving them some content, they go and execute, then you meet with them weekly to actually review what they've done, help them through the stuck points, right? And then a mastermind is more of a higher end ticketed item to where not only are I'm pouring into them as the facilitator of the mastermind, but there's also other like-minded individuals in the room, right? That also can pour into you. So from a networking perspective, masterminds are really powerful because you not only learn from your coach, but you learn from your peers that are also in the mastermind. So that's very powerful. Yeah.
Is that a tedious thing to do? And how long does it take to put a mastermind together? Do you have to pick brains, literally go in and pick brains? Because mastermind, right?
No, actually, as you move up your ecosystem, becomes a lot easier. The expectations, it's amazing how that works, because you think when people pay you like $10,000 to be in a program, or 20 or 30, that they're going to have like these massive expectations, right? It seems like the people that are in the $2,000 program and down is the ones that come with the higher expectations, right?
Right.
Don't let them pay $50, then they expect you to give them the world.
Right.
And so, but those higher price points, they just really want a result. And so to put those together are not as hard as you may think, right? It's, determining what content you're going to cover, right? And then polling your mastermind to see where they're stuck. What are some of the challenges? And then targeting in, it's more specific, more targeted type of training.
Okay. So it's a result-orientated one, because they already know what they have. They know where they're going. They just need some help to get there, so to speak.
Exactly. And you've been there. So
yes,
as the facilitator of the mastermind, you're able to move them forward quicker, faster, right?
Right, correct.
And then if you don't have the answer, because they're in the room with like-minded people who are also doing big things, someone's in there bound to have the answer. And you're the facilitator, you brought everybody together. So it's your mastermind, right?
Correct.
And so definitely those are some powerful revenue to be a part of your revenue wheel,
awesome,
if you will, if you haven't already incorporated those.
Oh, I'm looking about doing one of those this year, as a matter of fact. So I'm probably going to be reaching out to you for some advice and stuff about what I need to do. All right. Awesome. I'm excited about what we're going to be talking about. So, Karyn, I want to make sure that we're on task and we're on time because I'm a task-driven individual. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to me for the first time, this is Andrew E. Guy on the ILIR-Podcast. You're listening to me, Andrew E. Guy, and my guest, Miss Karyn Quick, help you to get the cash fast. That's exactly right. Quick and in a hurry. All right. And how does she do that? She helps you to take what you have, repurpose it. That's the operative word, repurpose. So you want to repurpose what you already have.
Right.
So you can get faster results quicker and in a hurry. I'm excited that she's here today. She's going to be sharing some information in terms of how do we get started? How do we even put a group together? How do we even coach people properly? And how do we retain those who we're coaching to make sure they get the best result? So speaking of which though, Karyn, has there ever been, we spoke earlier on about needy clients? And hands up, everyone have some of those, right?
Oh yeah, everybody has those.
And it makes sense though. It depends on how much they're paying because you can tell where the great need is going to be. If they're paying less, $2,000 is just like, common for any type of course, anything that we're putting out. But if they're paying around a $2,500, you're going to have to get your tracks on because you're going to sweat. And it's because they are new at this and they require almost like a baby. You're going to have to hold their hands through it, right? But some of these babies, when they take off, they can really get off to a good start and can be one of the key cornerstones to your mastermind in the future. So it can help the audience understand the importance of actually going through the baby steps so they can develop and to become a masterminder in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So, always have somewhere for your clients to go, right? So they may come through a webinar, they may come through a lower price course, but when they're in your world, your goal is to give them what they didn't even know they were going to get, right? So there's one thing to sell them something, but then it's also to give them an experience they didn't even know they were going to have, so that they not only are learning from you and gaining value from you, but they want to continue to remain with you because they know you're going to take care of them. They know you want to see them to be successful, right? You're going to help them be successful. And they know that because you've given them what they've paid for, but you've given them more than what they've paid for. So always strive to give people 3 to 5 times more than what they paid for, right? And so they see the value in it. Then coaching them to success, right? So don't just give it to them and leave them out on a whim, check on them and see, this is what you were supposed to be working on. Did you produce it, right? Because people need accountability. Correct. And so as you ascend them up your value ladder, you continue to give them even more. So as they go ascend with you, the touch becomes higher, right? So it may start with a once a week touch or once every other week touch, however you set your programs up. But then eventually, as they pay more and they ascend with you, the touch will be higher. Maybe you allow them to Vox you, right? Get Voxer. And then if they get stuck, they can Vox you between the hours of 6 and 9 at night or whatever your time is, right? So that's a higher touch point because they know, I can call on my coach Karyn if I get stuck. That also gives them confidence to go ahead and try to do whatever they're trying to accomplish because they know, I have a lifeline, right? I can just Voxer my coach, or I'm going to meet with my coach this coming Thursday. I can get my questions ready. So when I'm with my coach, I can ask those questions that are going to move me forward quicker, faster, right? So as they continue, by the time they go to the mastermind, that's even higher touch, right? Because you may be having virtuals now in this world. It's more virtual than in person. But if we were not in COVID, then therefore you all could go to a location, right? Maybe you take them to Jamaica and you get a villa, right? And then you all mastermind in the villa. People pay for not only at those higher price points, they're not only paying for the mastermind, but they're paying for the experience.
That's correct.
So it's our job to give them an experience that they thought they were going to get and then blow their mind with an experience that they didn't even expect to receive, right?
I love it. And that's called really over-serving. That's over-serving. And I think that as entrepreneurs, I think we kind of dropped the ball on that because I think once we either receive the cash for whatever, then we kind of forget that, hey, listen, this is really the promise.
Right.
fulfilling that promise. And what I like to kind of differentiate for some of the people who are listening right now, there's a major difference between coaching and teaching, because I come from a
Yes.
teaching background. I taught in the classroom for many, many years.
Mhm.
And I learned that when I switched over to really coaching, I mean, I was doing both at the same time in the class, but coaching is really looking for the strengths that are in an individual and pulling them
Absolutely.
out, so to speak, right? But
Absolutely.
teaching is looking for weaknesses and see how they can increase or basically work on those weaknesses and bring them up to an acceptable level. But
Absolutely.
what do you find is a major challenge for you in terms of, one, for the mastermind, the people in your mastermind versus the people who are in this your beginner entry level coaching program? Do you find that there is a difference in the challenges that you experience?
I would say it is because so the difference is, one difference is with the lower ticket clients, right?
Right,
Their number one challenge is, getting it done, right? So getting whatever you ask them to do done, because they have life is going on, right? They may
correct,
have children, they may still work, so they may be a parapreneur, right?
right,
And getting them to actually take action
right,
is the biggest thing, right? So accountability, because it's a lower touch point,
right.
the accountability is not as there as it would be for the higher price points, right? So that's the challenge there, is getting them to actually take action, because you wouldn't believe how many people buy courses and never take the course, right?
That's true. That's
So
true.
it's like, or they'll buy, whatever, an ebook and never read it, right?
Right.
So it's amazing, but it happens, right? And it's because when you give it a lot of times, ebooks and things like that are free, right? But I just think when people pay, they pay attention. And when you're paying those higher price points, 10K, 20K, 30K, oh, you're paying attention, because that's a big chunk of money, right?
Correct. Correct. That's
Right.
an
Or even when you're
investment.
paying, 25 and up, I think more people pay attention.
Right.
And so, and just think about it, when you're giving something free, right? Even when you're a kid and someone gave you something free, 9 times out of 10, it ended up tore up, right?
It had no value. They don't value
Yeah,
it.
right. There's no value.
Right.
People don't value it, right? So it's the
Yes.
same thing in our coaching programs. When they get things free, they don't value it,
Right.
because they didn't have to put no skin in the game, right?
Correct.
Or if they had to put a little bit of skin in the game, they still don't value it, because they didn't have to put enough skin. If they're paying something 2 prices of going to Red Lobster to a meal, they figure, oh, I go to Red Lobster and I eat all the time and I never see that money again. So
Correct.
that's the type of, attention that they give to that type of a product. But some people only deal with the masterminds because they want people who are more focused. And
Yes.
not to say you don't get focused people, because there are some, the cream will rise above, right? So there are
Correct.
some people who will take that free product and go build an empire, right? So
Right.
I'm not talking about those people, but that's just not the norm. That's more of the exception, right?
Correct.
And we have to deal in the norm. So the norm is when you pay more, you pay attention. And
Correct.
so the challenges on the higher end side of things is the accountability is there. So it's not so much that, but again, life happens for them too. And a lot of times they're looking for you to sometimes do it for them,
Mhm.
because,
Done
it's
for
like,
you. They do
I
have
got the
those.
money. Yeah, done for you. Just
They
do
got
it
the
for me, right?
done for you program.
Just do it for me. Just do it for me, right? Can't you just do it for me? It's like, but you want to teach them how to fish so that they eat a lifetime, right? And
No,
like
I
I
just
talk
want to
about,
see the fish.
right? It's like, well, let me teach you so you know what's going on,
Yeah,
because even if you can afford it, you still want to have some sense of intelligence about
that's
it, because
correct.
people are out here and they will take you for every dime you have and you
Mm-hmm.
don't know what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, as my business starts to grow, and when it gets to the point where I don't have to create my own sales funnels and Facebook ads, and I can hire that out to more people, but I still know what's going on. I know what
Correct.
it takes to create an ad. I know if you're trying to charge me too much money because I know what it takes to create an ad.
Correct.
I know what it takes to create a sales funnel. I know how much time it takes to create a lead funnel versus a full-blown sales funnel.
Correct.
Versus a webinar funnel. I know that because I've learned, right?
Right.
So now you can't pull the wool over my eyes and charge me $1 million for a lead funnel, right? So having that level of intelligence is still very important. And that's what I have to instill in the higher price points. Because a lot of times they think they're just in there to network, which is good too, right?
Yeah,
but
some of them do come just for that.
Yeah, exactly. And so if that's your goal, because some people got money and it's just, what they got, they don't have to worry about it. And if that's you, that's fine. But still, I think there should be some level of knowledge.
Accountability, right.
But accountability so that you know what's going on in your business, right?
Love what you're saying. Two point that I want to kind of emphasize. The touch points. The touch points, basically, for those who are listening, if you're listening to me for the first time, this is Andrew E. Guy and Miss Karyn Quick on the ILIR-Podcast. That's right. And we're talking about really how to grow your business, having that entrepreneur mindset, and how you start to coach somebody, develop somebody, and some of the processes that are involved. I mean, talk about hard work, accountability, and understanding the background of what's happening, what's going on in the back room. So therefore, if you have to outsource some of what you're doing, some of the production or the processing step, that you will actually have an idea what it costs in terms of the time, commitment, and the resources that you need. So the wool over your eye mindset doesn't happen to you. You can know and go in there consciously knowing that you know exactly what you're doing and how much it should cost, and you can have your right price point. The next point that she talked about was touch points, and touch points is how accessible that you are as a coach to your client, right? Can you speak to that a little bit, Karyn, to let them understand that, yeah, you don't just pay $50 and expect to call me at 9 o'clock in the night and I'm gonna, jump out of bed and say, "Ooh, this is 911. Let me go ahead and hit this up," right? Could you please explain to them, please?
Yeah, when you invest at the lower levels, you're definitely on your own, right? So it's definitely, there's 3 ways you can interact with a coach, right? You could do it yourself. It can be done with you, or it can be done for you, right? So if you choose to do it yourself, that's exactly what you just chose, right? So at these lower price points, you chose to do it by yourself, right? So you can sit down and be, intentional about getting it done and get it done. A lot of times that does not happen because we as humans, there's just too much distractions, right?
Correct.
We need that accountability, right? And me, myself, I still have coaches. I actually probably have about 5 of them. Oprah Winfrey, billionaire, she still says she has 5 coaches, right? Wow. So you need that accountability, because if not, we kind of convert back to our old ways, right? Of doing it whenever, however, no one's there to say, did you get it done?
Yes.
And no one's there to hold us accountable, right? And it's just that sense of accountability. It's like, oh, I'm supposed to get this done by this date because I'm meeting with my coach, right?
That's right.
Or, oh, my coach is going to call me. So at that done with you stage, which is a higher price point, that's when you have some of that accountability, where people will allow you to Voxer them between certain hours, or they will allow you to ask, questions, and they'll meet with you to do Q&As and go really deep with you, right? Or you can go somewhere and at a live event where you not only are engaging with your coach, but you're engaging with other like-minded people who have probably been past where you want to go, right? So that's the blessing in that, is you can connect with them. There may be collaboration opportunities. So that's the value in investing in those higher price points. And I know, if you're at the point of your business where you're like, well, I can't afford that, but I really want to say you really cannot afford not to, right? And most times coaches make it affordable because there's payment plans and things like that in place. So if you're listening and you're an entrepreneur and you're thinking, oh man, I can't afford that, what I want you to do is think differently, right? It's like, how can I afford it? Do you have some people in your family who love you enough to give you, maybe ask 10 people for $200 and tell them you'll pay them back double, right? Once you once you start making money in business.
Invest in me kind of thing.
Yeah, because people, I believe, may not have the resources, but one thing I know for sure is people are resourceful.
Correct.
Because if it's something you really want to do, you find a way, you
That's
make
it.
a way, right?
That's
So
right.
that's it.
I
So if
love
you're
it.
serious about business, you will make a way.
That's right. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to me for the first time, you're listening to Andrew E. Guy on the ILIR-Podcast. I'm listening. I'm ready. Welcome to 2021. We are bringing the individuals. We're bringing the transformational speakers. We are bringing the individuals, the caliber people who are investing in you because you're just picking their brains to get some of the good nuggets that they're bringing. And you're listening to one of them right now. I'm sitting, I'm talking, I'm hanging out with Miss Karyn Quick, all the way from Chi-Town, Chicago, and she
Yes,
is
yes.
bringing you some information to help you understand how you can transform your life quick and in a hurry. It's not going to
That's
be a fast
right.
process. However, she wants you to take the actions quicker so you can get results faster. A little bit
That's
more about Karyn. Karyn is also a keynote speaker and has been speaking for over 20 years. She has delivered with an energetic, informational, thought-provoking experience that moves her audience to take massive action in their lives. Now, Karyn, what I want to talk about really right now is when we're talking about price points and stuff like that. We talked
Mhm.
about the lower end. We talk about the upper tier, the mid tier, the midline, and those are for those people who are. It's almost like saying lower class, mid class, and upper class, right? We're not saying that people are that. We're not putting a label on you, but we're
No,
just saying these are tiers, right? In terms
right,
of level of commitment towards changing your life, right? So let's put
right,
it there, right?
right.
Have you ever had a client where you are thinking to yourself, they were like a mid to a high point, you're thinking that, wow, uh, maybe this wasn't a good fit? Have you ever had one of those? But because they've already invested in you, right? You say, let's just go ahead and do it. Have that ever happened to you?
It has not, but I have been in coaching programs where
Mhm.
it has happened to my coaches
Right,
and they've released those people, right?
right.
Because it wasn't worth it. So
Mhm.
it's better to give, I tell people all money is not good money,
I love
right?
that. I
And
love
if
that.
a person is not happy, it's better to give them their money back and release them. It's not worth any amount of money, right? Even if it's
Exactly.
millions of dollars, it's not worth it. If at the end of the day, you're going to be stressed out, may have a heart attack, and may not live to spend it anyway, right?
Right.
So all clients are not good clients and all money is not good money. And if you feel that, you've come to a point in your relationship where you need to part ways with that person. Don't ever let someone feel like hold you hostage, what I say, or
Right.
handcuff you,
Hmm.
right? Because you always what got you that client can get you more clients.
Love it.
You
Love it.
just have the confidence in yourself that you can go out there and find more clients because you can, right?
Yes.
So don't ever let someone feel like that. It's your business. You're in business for a reason. You're the CEO. You run the show and you say what time it is, right?
That's right.
Because it's your business. And don't ever let someone feel like they control you, they own you because they're paying you. No, they're paying you for a service,
Correct.
right? And the service that you're providing them. And so you should be paid. So
Right.
don't ever let someone feel like, oh, I own you because I'm giving you 10,000 or, oh, I own you. No, you don't own me because I can glad you give you that right on back.
Right.
And you go about your way and we can part, see you later. And I'll go on and find more of you, not of you,
Awesome.
but more clients more of my dream clients who I want in my world, who I would be happy to wake up and serve, right?
Absolutely love it. Karyn, there are a lot of entrepreneurs. I think that also, I mean, I don't have the research on that, but I would like to think that there are other entrepreneurs that are out there who are stressed, who
Mhm.
are just feeling weighed down because of the unnecessary stress that they're going through because they have, I would say, like a troubled client, that
Mhm.
actually, and let's keep it real, a client that really isn't a good client. It's not, you said it earlier on, not every money is good money, and not every client is your ideal client. If
Absolutely.
you're in business and you have the ideal client, you get up singing, you get up. As soon as I get up in the morning, I jump, I pump off about 50 push-ups. You hear what I'm saying? To get
Yeah.
the heart rate up. So I say, listen, I have high expectation to get a heart, wake up. So, and it's good for them to know because it affects not just their their well-being, Karyn, but it also affects the level of service that they're able to deliver to the other good client. You
Absolutely.
see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So as
Exactly.
entrepreneurs, please make sure that if the client is not the right client, regardless of how much they're paying you, hey, listen, cut them loose and say, hey, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. I can refer you to somebody else.
And I don't even know if I would refer them, because if
I
they're
wouldn't
not a
either.
good client, I wouldn't want them referred to my friends, because who you refer, right, is a reflection of you. And
Yeah, I
I
would refer
don't
them.
want to refer anybody that's not a reflection of who I am, the caring,
Right.
honest, integrity person. No, I wouldn't refer you. I'll just let you go. I'll release you.
Yeah, you refer them back to themselves. That's the point I'm trying to
Exactly.
get. I'll refer you to, I know a person that's perfect for you. Let me look him up. Oh, it's you.
And then they'll run from themselves, right? Because
And it
like,
seems
oh, no.
comical. It seems very comical. But what that means is what we are trying to say, myself and Karyn is trying to say, is that for those people who want coaching, like
Yeah,
if you're not ready for coaching, you have to be ready. That's why we say, I'm
absolutely.
listening and I am ready. So after you've heard the information, whether it's a webinar, whether it's a funnel you tapped into, you opt into, once you
Mhm.
get that information, that means you're listening because you realize you got to change your life. Now, I'm ready means you got to take the steps and be ready and be coachable. Because if you're not coachable, no one is going to waste time, because time is the essence. Time
Mhm.
is money, and no amount of money is worth your time. So, entrepreneurs, please remember that. Okay. All right. Now, Karyn, I got only a few questions, and I'm going to read the rest of your bio, and I have a few questions I wanted to jump on, and then we're going to get into a special moment of the show. It's called Think, Fire, Shoot. I ask you 4 questions. 1 minute. You got 15 seconds to answer these questions. It's the hot seat. All right. And
Oh, I didn't know I was going on the hot seat.
that's right. That is right. I'm trying
Okay.
to let you know. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Andrew E. Guy and Karyn Quick, all the way from Chicago, Chi-Town. And she has spoken, as I said, at many organizations, too many organizations. Just to name a few: Shire Pharmaceutical, Takade Pharmaceutical, Abbott Pharmaceutical, Aviv Pharmaceutical, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Inc., Black Data Processing Association, Chocolate Chips Association of Lake County, Illinois, the College of Lake County Women Expo and Leadership Conference. Do I need to tell you more? She is everywhere at the same time because she is in high demand. That's why we're bringing her to the show, so she can give you some information as entrepreneurs, what you can do to transform your business and to attract the right client. Remember, get the right client, because not every client is good and not every money is right. So that's what we're trying to get you to understand. All right. So she has been featured on many major networks: ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox, and the alphabets, LMNOP, I'm telling you, it's coming in 2021 and 2022. Karyn Quick is going to be on your tube. You better make sure you stay put. All right. So, Karyn, what I wanted to ask is that if you were to give people like 5 nuggets, I'm not talking the gold block because not everybody can carry the gold block, just
Uh-huh.
5 nuggets who are entrepreneurs, right? And I'm going to speak from a Black woman perspective, because I think many of our Black women, we need that encouragement. We need to get our gloves out and say, I'm ready to
Yeah.
fight. And I'm not
Right.
talking physical fight, to fight for what you know is your
Right.
value and you can deliver that to the world. Can you give our women 5 nuggets for the road?
Yeah, the first thing I would say is build relationships, build those strategic relationships, because a lot of times we're in business, but you don't have to be in business by yourself, right?
Right.
So build strategic relationships and then look for collaboration opportunities with those people, right? Whether it be hosting your summit and bringing people on to interview them, like I'm doing with Andrew. We're building a relationship. Before now, I hadn't interacted with Andrew. So always look for those opportunities to build strategic relationships.
Right.
The next thing I would say is work and walk in integrity, right? So don't ask for someone to do something you know you're not willing to do yourself.
Mhm.
So be a woman or a man of integrity, because therefore people want to work with you. You never want to put yourself in a position where people don't even want to deal with you, right? Don't
Right.
be that bad client we talking about, right?
Correct.
So that always remain coachable. I think Andrew mentioned this as well. Always remain coachable and be willing to learn something. Therefore, you can move forward quicker, faster, in your business, in your life, just in general, right? So be open to change and be flexible to want to learn something new, because in these new technology, things are changing constantly, right?
That's correct.
So always be open and flexible to change and learn something new. Always have you a key book that you're going to read. I say once a month. Some people are avid readers and they read books every week, 2, 3, 4, right? I'm not that person. But I actually look for the quick way to read books, which is the front cover, the inside cover, the back of the cover, the table of contents. And I do just in time, JIT training, right? Just in time training. And then the next thing is stop consuming and start creating. We spend way too much time consuming content, right? We buy this course, we buy that course, we buy this course, and we haven't implemented anything. Correct. So think to yourself, what am I going to learn and how am I going to apply it, right? So stop consuming so much and start creating, and you'll see that you'll start flourishing in your business.
Awesomeness. All right, Karyn, listen, if you guys didn't get that, I hope that you have a big enough hard drive to download that information, because she is just downloading some information. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. That's right. We've come to the time where it is Think, Fire, Shoot. And ladies and gentlemen, we have on Think, Fire, Shoot today one of the smartest women I know from out of Chi-Town, speaker, author. I mean, she get you the results quickly so you can get those quick steps to the cash. All right. We're talking about none other than Miss Karyn Quick, global tech leader, best-selling author, speaker, and founder of Content to Cash. All right. So I'm going to just have her introduce herself. She's going to say her name and she's going to say what she does in one sentence or less. And then she's getting ready for the hot seat at Think, Fire, Shoot. All right, Karyn. So go ahead and tell the people who you are so we can get ready for Think, Fire, Shoot.
Okay, my name is Karyn Quick. I am a best-selling author and a global tech leader and the founder of Content to Cash. And I'm super passionate about helping women, speakers, and coaches to increase their impact, influence, and income through content regeneration, and monetization. That's a tongue twister. And I am just ready for you to help you get your quick path to cash.
All right. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready. Just want to make sure we let you know that she has an amazing book out there called Cubenomics, and it's how smart women get from the cube and build strategic relationships to build their brands. All right. Cubenomics. Get out of the cubicle. That's really what she's saying. Get out there, make those relationships happen so you can make those connections to get quicker and faster result by building quality relationships. So that's the essence of the book. Get out there and get the book. Look up Miss Karyn Quick. All right. So Karyn, we got the clock ready. We are ready to rock and roll. I hope that you's ready. I'm listening. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Right. So here we go. 1 minute on the clock. Okay, so we're going to start out with 15 seconds. The question could come in a phrase, Karyn, or it could come in a series of words, but it just get more difficult and difficult. And you will feel the seats start to get really hot. So I'll turn up and down the stove depending on what's happening, what's cooking. All right, are we ready? All right. Yep. So the first question is simply this. Most people don't make it because they carry around the heavy load of something that happened to them in the past. Your response, go.
They need to let go of those bags so that they can free up themselves to live a life of their dreams.
All right, awesome.
So get rid of those bag ladies.
All right, here we go. Question number 2. Is it forgiveness we need, or do we need to release ourselves from the baggage? Is it forgiveness or release from the baggage we need? Go.
I believe that it is forgiving ourselves. And a lot of times we hold on to those bags because we haven't forgave ourselves for the past mistakes that we've made. And it's like you look at the past to learn from it, but you don't look at the past to relive it, right? So release the past and move forward quicker, faster.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, she's over a little bit. She's really over, but we'll just credit that to her future appearances, okay? She's over by 2 seconds, you heard? All right, question number 3, and it's a quote that's coming up in my next book, Create Your Greatest Impact. It says, people on the highway of life focus on the rear view mirror instead of focusing on the windshield on the highway of living. What say she? Go.
Focus on the windshield, because when you're looking back, you might crash. So you want to keep the car moving forward so that you can get to your destination quickly.
I love it. All right. And the last question is simply this. If you were to give someone, a stranger, it doesn't matter where they're coming from, one advice, what would that advice be? Go.
If I was to give a stranger an advice, I would say, go for your dreams, because when you die, they'll be buried with you. So you want to just achieve your dreams now, because tomorrow's not promised.
Awesome. Awesome. Karyn, you rocked it. Listen, I know we're coming up on 6 o'clock, 1 minute left. So I want to give you the last word. I always give the guest the last word to say what they want to say and just plug whatever they want to plug. So it's your world. Take it away. And I'm going to let you rock it. Ready and go.
I just want to encourage the entrepreneurs to step into whatever it is, your passion, your dreams that you want to accomplish in 2021. Because again, like I said, tomorrow's not promised. We've seen with 2020, a lot of people who've lost their lives. So just step out there and do it. Do it with fear. I know your knees going to be knocking, your teeth going to be chattering, but do it, and do it imperfectly, right? Because nothing, if you wait on perfection, nothing will get done, right? Things are done imperfectly. I've read many books on Amazon with typos, with, all type of paragraphs off alignment. The point is they got it done. So done is better than perfect. So get it done, right? And if you need a coach to help you move forward quicker, faster, you can reach me at content2cashnow.com. That's content2cashnow.com. And I look forward to assisting you in any way that I can. Thank you, Andrew, for the opportunity to be on this awesome podcast. And I wish you much success. And I cannot wait to hear and see how great it goes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Miss Karyn Quick. That is the end of our segment. We want to thank you so much for the time, for hanging out with us, Karyn. I wish you all the very best. I'm talking nothing but the best for you, your life, your family, your health, your wellness, and everything that God has to offer. So until next time, you take care of yourself and have yourself a fantastic rest of the day, rest of the month, and rest of the year. Thank you so much for coming. All right.
You're welcome. You do the same. Thank you, Andrew. Bye-bye.
Right. Take care.
Until next time, keep listening, live ready, talk soon.